It's a new season of Finance Friday. First Ontario's Chief Operating Officer, Mark Perkins, is back with back-to-school financial advice. And going back to school is expensive, even before post-secondary.
Yeah, absolutely, for parents and students alike. So last June was the last time I was here. You know, some updates, I guess. The positives are inflation are down a little bit. Interest rates have come down. In fact, there was a Bank of Canada rate cut on Wednesday. So those are the positives, but the negative is things are still so expensive. You know, and back to school time can be one of the most expensive times of the year for parents. So Capital One did a survey based on 2023. The average cost for a child that a Canadian household spent on their children was $7,700 per child, and that's in 2023. That number is expected to go up over 10%, over $800 in 2024. And like you said, I mean, that's families without kids in hockey, that's families without kids in before and after school care, and not post-secondary either. That's just a multiple cost of that. And when you think about post-secondary, a lot of these individuals are now adulting for the first time in their lives. They're leaving home, they're responsible for their own financial health, their own expenses, and they're developing their own relationship with money. So, you know, a concerning but not necessarily surprising stat is 25%, 1 in 4 post-secondary students have thought about dropping out just due to the financial burden.
Right, and there's help for them.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So there's lots of resources out there. You got to put in a little work and seek it out. But, you know, where I always start is the Government of Canada, right? So they have their National Student Loan Servicing Centre. There's a lot of tools and templates, education there, as well as walking individuals through the ability to apply for grants or bursaries, for government loans. The big one, the important one for me, and this is for parents or grandparents of younger kids, it's never too late to start, but is the RESP, the Registered Education Savings Plan. So we've talked a lot about these government programs in the past. This one in particular is a contribution. So 20 cents on every dollar you contribute into an RESP, the government will just match. And that can be used for any post-secondary education. So I often hear the excuse from parents is, well, I don't know if my son or daughter will go to college or university, trade school, apprenticeships, culinary school, anything like that still applies. And of course, you look to your financial institution, your bank or your credit union for discounted fees, discounted interest rates on student loans. Much like kids are the future, they're the future of our industry too. So we want to make sure they get a healthy start in life.
Right, and planning to do that as early as possible in a child's life is going to help down the line. We've got about a minute left, but we always talk about financial literacy because sometimes what you know about money is only what your family knows, and if your family's not that great with finances, it just continues the cycle. Yeah,
and so there's so much I could possibly get into, and you and your viewers know how passionate I am about financial literacy. But the big thing for me is as you're planning these costs, as the back-to-school costs crop up, involve your kids in the conversation. And in fact, the Ontario government, the school curriculum is changing starting in 2025. There will be a requirement for all students to pass a financial literacy exam with a minimum grade of 70% to get their high school diploma. So while it's baby steps, it's steps in the right direction, right? We need to understand because for those of us who have made poor financial decisions in the past, you know how hard it is to climb out of those situations. So getting that healthy start is a great thing to do, and what better time than the start of the school year.
Okay. Great segment there. You can email your questions for our next segment at financefriday@firstontario.com. And if your question or topic is covered on air, you'll get a gift card from First Ontario. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Annette.